Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here.
Jacob here, defeating my icon, Catherine Isabel, Daniel Lorenzo.
Wait, what did you say?
Daniel Lorenzo.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You guys better subscribe and watch my friend on his YouTube channel. He is kicking ass.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the Season 2 premiere of The Gifted on Fox, which was called eMergence. So yeah, happy to be back to The Gifted. I reviewed the premiere of the first season last year. I fell behind, but then I did a makeup video talking about the season in general. And since then, and since meeting a certain someone at C2E2 back in April, or excuse me, at the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest back in April, I've been very eager to see what Season 2 of The Gifted would bring us. And I thought it was a pretty good premiere. At first I was a little lukewarm on it, but there are couple certain scenes that actually got to me, and I'm really eager to see where more of the direction they're taking this season. And I did a video on it when I attended, but back in April at Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in Chicago, I had the awesome chance to meet Emma Dumont, of course, Polaris, Lorna, and she was just beyond awesome. She made the whole weekend for me, and I attended both Heroes and Villains and C2E2 that weekend. She was just really cool in person. She just has so much passion for the work she does, you know, even the character she plays. You know, we had a pretty in-depth discussion about, you know, the psyche of Lorna and stuff like that. And she really appreciates her fans too. You know, she would really take time with everyone in line and stuff like that. She really felt like a genuine person. So it's made me all the more eager to you know, follow the show and do videos on it as much as I can. And I like the first season. You know, I think it was a bit overlooked, and Lorna Polaris is by far my favorite character. And as Emma and I had talked about, you know, we still see her as being good, you know, and I still see her as a hero. And you know, I think of course there's going to be some you know, gray areas this season, I'm sure, but I even think this episode, you know, foreshadowed that maybe eventually Lorna will probably turn on Riva and the rest of the inner circle. But of course right now it makes sense that, you know, she's trying to do what's best for her child, and I do believe in this future she envisions, you know, with the mutants overcoming this adversity and you know, maybe looking for a more peaceful, prosperous future. But the key here is going to be, is Lorna going to want that no matter what? Is she going to, you know, kill, destroy, whatever she has to? Maybe, but is she going to go as far as Riva and the others? I don't know. I think Lorna has a bit more heart, a bit more conscience left in her than that, whether it's justified or not. Although I do think Lorna will do what needs to be done to a certain extent, as we've seen at the end of Season 1. It's definitely interesting though, but either way, I'm happy that they haven't made her into a straight up villain or something like that. It's definitely a lot more complex than that. And you also have Marcos throughout the episode. You know, he's just stressing out more and more that he's not going to be there for the birth of their child. You know, so he's becoming a bit more reckless, or at least like a more kamikaze in the missions they're undertaking, you know, and the people they're rescuing. And Reed, meanwhile, besides Lorna, is the most interesting part of the episode for me, because we see his powers may actually still be emerging, even though he's you know, so far into his adulthood. It's definitely interesting, though I don't really know what character he could be or what he could potentially be become, I guess. But it's really interesting. Obviously, it's a darker, harder sort of energy going through him than some of the others, so I'm definitely curious to see where that goes. And you also have Amy Acker and, I should say Caitlin, going with Thunderbird, excuse me, Marcos, to try and track him down. She is shot. I do like Amy Acker as an actress, but I'm just struggling to find the mother's place on the show. But the twins or the brother and sister, I do like their dynamic as well. And her having visions of Andy, I thought was one of the better parts of the episode as well. And Andy's place on the show, I do see now. I do like the dynamic he's sort of building with Lorna. Some people would probably be worried that they're trying to make a love triangle or something. I don't see that. I think Lorna still loves Marcos, of course. I especially like the touching visions she was having of him at the beginning of the episode, the flashbacks and stuff like that. Showing that she probably still wants something to work with him. And besides that, I don't think you need to look at things as simply as, oh, love triangle. No, I think it's more like a really strong, maybe brother-sister dynamic forming between Andy and Lorna. Maybe even something of Andy sort of still looking up to her, as like a mentor, which I think works. So I like that as well. And the emergence itself, or Lorna actually gives birth at the end of the episode, which I'm glad they didn't delay that too far into the season at all. I'm glad they did it here. Of course, they build this whole sort of little structure within the warehouse to contain it, because with all of Lorna's contractions and stuff like that, moving cars and just really drawing things into the building, I think it's pretty obvious that Lorna is probably the most powerful character on the show, at least on her own. Then you have the Struckers together and stuff like that. It's just a really, really impactful scene. And although obviously we're not supposed to trust Lorna and I forget the blonde twin, not the twin, but the blonde multiple lady. It's been a while. I don't remember everyone's name. I know we're obviously not supposed to trust them, but Lorna was worried that they're going to kill the baby if it meant losing her. So she tells Andy to sort of be on guard for that, which I still think is accurate. Although they played a little bit more gray there, because they do end up sort of encouraging Lorna and implanting visions in her head of that future she wants to sort of manipulate her and push her that way. But I'm sure Lorna's giving it a pass here because it meant the birth of her child and everything. But yeah, I think they're eventually going to be pretty divided. So let me know you guys thought about the premiere of Season 2 of The Gifted. Overall, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it about an 8.6 out of 10. I'm very curious to see where the season goes. I will try to review it as often as possible, but I do just struggle a lot each week with what I watch my free time and a full-time job. But yeah, I would definitely like to talk about this more, and I will definitely try as the season goes. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.